I learned to say no, and now I'm not flexible. No, in life, we need to be flexible because we are
Yes.
constantly transforming. So understanding when to say no is also important.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are things
Exactly.
that you definitely have to do. Yeah. Hello, leaders, and welcome back to the LeadHer Lounge. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that I think Taylor and myself really had to work on, and that's the power of no, how to say no. And because a well placed no is not a rejection, it's a redirection. And that helps us to stay focused, to give priority to some things that we need to give priority to protect ourselves and also to protect the team. And the first one is to be clear and grounded in your why.
So when you know why you are saying no, it will make it easier for you to explain the why behind it. So if you are just saying no because you don't want to do something, it's going to make it really hard for you to get buy-in to that answer. If you are saying no because maybe I just don't have enough time, or this isn't really a priority for me right now, or it shouldn't be a priority for the team, whatever it looks like, if you've got your why and your understanding of why am I saying no to this, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to explain behind it and get that buy-in behind your answer. Another thing too, I think to be very mindful of is our biases. Sometimes we say no to people that we don't really click with, or we
Always
don't
to the
connect,
same people.
or
Yeah.
we say yes to the same people, or we say no to the same people. So be very aware of, have I shot this person's ideas down multiple times? And some people, I will say, they don't have the greatest ideas, but there's no such thing as a bad idea, just maybe the wrong time.
Yeah.
But I think you need to be really aware of, okay, have I said no to this person like multiple times, and without even asking them for more detail or without providing them with any why behind my answer of no. But in general, as long as you understand why and you have a good reason, you shouldn't have an issue with saying no.
Yes. And sometimes the no is as simple as right now I'm very busy. Like I'm really doing a lot of things and I need to prioritize things. And the second best practices I think align perfectly because how you can say no without closing the door. So you're saying no right now, but maybe give them a timeline. Maybe you cannot do this right now, but you know what? I'm gonna take care of look at your idea or look at this tomorrow morning that I have a little bit more of time, or maybe in a week. Can you wait a week? Because I want to give you all my attention. And sometimes this is not just for your team members. This is also for your leaders.
Yes.
You need to set boundaries with them as well
Yes.
because you know what your team members, if you're a good leader, you know what your team members are doing. You know their projects, you know how overwhelmed they might be, maybe all the things that they have on their plate. And then you have your leader coming and giving you a lot of other things. And some of you, because you have this yes mentality and corporations and companies want us to have this yes mentality and go above and beyond, which is amazing, but you need to be clear with those expectations as well and say, okay, right now we are working on this project. If you want us to prioritize on this, we're going to stop for a week on doing this and maybe we prioritize, is this good with you? Because right now we have this and this and this. These are the things that we're doing, and I need to make sure that I'm protecting my team as well. So that's part of the power of no.
Oh, 100%. And being open to when people tell you no. Because I've had team members where I'm like, hey, I've got another project. It needs to be done. I would give Erica stuff all the time. I piled projects on you all the time. but you would tell me no if you were overwhelmed. And I respected that. But I do think it's important to have an approach of, hey, can we sit and look at your workload? I want to see if we can fill this project in somewhere. And if so, like you were saying, maybe we can prioritize this project later and prioritize the one that's like, the problem needs to be solved now. So you can rearrange your workload a little bit, but be open if someone's like, no, I don't really have time. Don't be like, well, figure it out. Work with them to help them, because that's going to make when you say no easier as well.
Yeah, I think you need to build that culture, the culture of no, like saying no, but in a way that is like right now I can't because of this and this, because you don't want, again, people being overwhelmed. So they are going to take on anything because they don't want to lose their jobs, because you have the title of leadership. So they're going to follow everything you say, and they're not going to perform efficiently just because they don't have the bandwidth to do all the things that you're asking them to do. So open the floor, tell your team when I'm giving you something you really cannot do it, or you even don't know how to do it, tell me, let me know. Because another part of saying no is being resourceful. Maybe I cannot help you with this, but this person can help you with this. Maybe right now this is something that you can obtain this from our website, and this is going to help you. I don't know, try to be resourceful as much as you can when you're also saying no.
Yeah. Quick pause, leaders. Here's a leadership development resource courtesy of Monarch Coaching.
The Monarch Leadership Program isn't just another training. It's a full transformation for leadership teams. Through our proven blend of emotional intelligence, communication, and culture-focused development, we help teams build stronger trust, alignment, and connection from the inside out. And here is the thing, lasting change often starts with one leader who's brave enough to advocate for it. If that sounds like you, your voice could be what brings this kind of growth to your entire organization. Visit the link in the description to learn more about the Monarch Leadership Program and how to share this with your company. Transform your culture, empower your leaders, and elevate your organization.
Now back to our conversation. But alongside saying no to like additional work and additional projects, sometimes as leaders, we have to say no to someone's maybe professional development. Maybe they applied for a position and we have to tell them, I'm sorry, you did not.
Or they want to apply.
Or they want to apply. Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, I'm thinking about applying for this. And you're like, oof, no, you are not ready. But how do you say that in an effective way that's not shutting them down?
Yes.
And I think it's best to provide, remember knowing your why. Why am I saying no to this? Maybe you do have to give them some tough feedback or a coaching conversation of, listen, we've already had some conversations around this behavior that needs to be improved, whatever that looks like. But there are ways where you can say, maybe this isn't it's just, that phrase of it's just a no right now. It might be a yes later, like it's no for now, but not forever. If they're able to show improvement and things like that, I think that'll make it easier. But just make sure that you're not shutting people down just to shut them down, but letting them know why is going to be really helpful.
And I think we can do another episode about like helping people with their career development and applying and telling them no and they shouldn't apply to another role because they are not ready, and you want to set them up for success. And you need to be honest with the feedback. So we will have something, because it is the power of no goes to those situations as well. And it's hard to tell someone, no, you're not ready. Yeah. You're not ready, but I'm telling you because I know I'm with you every single day, and I know what you're capable of doing. And in that role, you're not gonna succeed just yet.
Exactly.
Let's do things so you can succeed. Let's start working from now. Now that I know that's what you want, let's work from now. And I give you responsibilities that are going to help you with that. But right now is a no. That give them more. And the third one is to model boundaries without guilt.
Mm-hmm. We talked a little bit about this before, where we can say no kind of without saying no. For example, saying something like, I'd love to take on this project, but I also need to honor my current commitments right now. Yes. So I can get to this eventually, but right now I have other things to prioritize.
Yes.
I feel like we have to say that to each other all the time.
Yes, because I want to give you my best work.
Yes.
I want to give my best, and right now I cannot really focus on this. Unless this is a priority for you, that's different, right?
Yeah.
And if it's your leader, and I'm like, we need to jump on this. You need to be flexible. One thing is like the part of no, and now don't say like, oh, I learned to say no and now I'm not flexible. No, in life, we need to be flexible because we are constantly transforming. So understanding when to say no is also important.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are things that you definitely have to do. Yes. Yeah. But yes, we say that to each other as well. Yeah. And sometimes it's difficult because we have the business relationship and the friendship as well. So it can be complicated, but we need to be very strong with our no's as well, so the other person is not confused.
Yeah.
And yes.
Yeah, we're not just shutting each other down like, no, I don't want to do that. It's like, no, I don't want to do that, because of this.
Yes, because it's not about shutting people down, how you're
Yeah.
saying. It's just leading people with intention and knowing priorities, knowing your commitment. You are leading your team. That word. You're leading your people to success. And in order to do that, you need to get rid of the noise and the things that are no priorities. So you help also to bring back those people, your team members. Okay, right now, let's focus on this. Maybe you're working, you're in the office, and you're like, I need a power block of 1 hour. I'm gonna work on my things. I love you, but unless it's something very, very urgent, don't reach out to me right now. I really need to dive into this. And then I give you all my time and my attention. But right now, I need this hour from 11 to 12. I'm gonna be like locked in. Just set those boundaries. It doesn't have to be like suddenly you're like locked in. No, like share that with your team members, share that with your lead. At this time is when I'm doing these things or performance review or whatever it is. So set those expectations. You are entitled to do that, to say no when it's applicable.
Yeah. No can be a great strategy for you as a leader, as long as you're doing it effectively and you're doing it in a way that's not just protecting your energy, but protecting the productivity of your team and even the company in some instances. Knowing when to prioritize no is super important. And if you know anybody who struggles with saying yes too often or struggles to say no to people, this is a great resource to share with them. We'd also love to know any best practices that you have for appropriately saying no in a way that protects your peace and protects your relationships as well. Let us know in the comments below. Of course, also, if you have not subscribed yet, please hit subscribe to get more content.
Yes, and thank you again to our friends at Velocity for this beautiful studio. And we will see you next week, leaders. Bye.